Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. Do you hear that? It's silence. Not totally silence. My neighbor's doing some construction, but we don't have any construction going on here today. The guys poured the concrete yesterday, all day yesterday, and now they are letting it cure and they're not coming back till Monday. And that means I have a couple days to actually get some gardening done, which I have to say I'm excited about. Plus, I know it looks kind of early in the morning and foggy, but it's actually afternoon. It's like 12 o'clock. So I rested this morning. I slept in this morning. I am a happy girl and it's time to get out into the garden. Someone who is not happy at all is Mr. Monty Don. Look at this face. That is the face of discontent. He is so upset. He has not been able to come outside except for on a leash. And now he's on, at least we have this long leash right here that I could put on the basketball hoop, but he is not a happy camper. And this is the type of dog that tells you when he's unhappy. He is letting me know inside all morning. He was asking to go outside. He like knocks at the door and oh my goodness, this poor dog. You're okay. You're okay. You only have a couple more days. So, the contractors told us that the most important thing for the concrete is to not let the dog run on the concrete because the dog has sharp nails and basically it'll leave nail marks as he runs through the concrete or walks through the concrete. So let's see. Today was the first day. Tomorrow will be the second day. Those are the most important days. They said for as long as possible for the next couple days, but at least for the next 2 days, we're going to keep him off. If you notice, we do have cat marks. You can see here and over here. I asked, these are our cats. I asked if it was okay if cats walked on here because I knew they were going to be walking over here, and they said cats are totally fine because the cats are light and they don't have the big claws that big dogs like Monty have. But isn't that funny? You can kind of see their paw prints. And then actually, just an update for the cats. I actually was able to get Oreo, one of the cats, down from the roof. So now there's only one cat up there on the roof. 2 cats are downstairs. He was letting me pet him and scratch him. Oreo wanted to come inside this morning. It was so funny. They are the most spoiled feral cats or barn cats that there ever were. So anyway, that's what's going on here. Have a couple days to get some stuff done. Have a little bit of peace and quiet back here. The most important thing that I need to do today is I shouldn't say, I have a lot of important things that I need to do today, but I need to cut back this Victorian Lady Abutilon. I love this plant. A lot of you guys asked me where I got this. I got this at my local Ace Hardware. I just happened to be there. I think I was picking up soil and I saw this, and it wasn't like a brand name or anything like that. It was just in a black can. And oh my goodness, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful plant. It's called Victorian Lady Abutilon. And if you notice, it has gotten way out of control. It has grown really, really tall, and Abutilons respond really well to harsh pruning because they bloom on new wood. And so I need to come here and I need to cut this guy way, way back, or I should say cut this girl way back, because you can see it's getting so heavy that the stems aren't handling the weight and they're just kind of breaking. So that's something I want to do today, and it's a good time of year for, in my climate, to kind of cut everything back. And then, man, coming back here, I have so much stuff I need to do back here. First of all, I need to prune my roses. Linda Knowles, which if you guys didn't see that video that I posted on Monday about climbing rose pruning, oh my goodness, that's like gold. I'm going to be looking back at that video like every year from now on. It was so helpful. She did tell me, I always thought I only had January to prune my roses, but she said that here in zone 9, we have until Valentine's Day to prune roses. So I don't feel as rushed, but I do want to get in here and start pruning back this Gertrude Jekyll rose. And I feel like now she's giving me the confidence to do a really good job. So I'm excited about getting that done today. And then I do need to address my iceberg standard roses. For one, this one is falling over, and then I got to get that one. I got to get them defoliated, get them pruned, prune back the Super Tunia whiteout. Then I'm hoping to overwinter. I don't know. We'll see. Like, it's still alive, right? It's still alive. I don't know. I'm going to cut it back a little bit today, just a little bit. And then another big thing I need to do is we actually turned off the irrigation back here, and it hasn't rained, I don't know, for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It hasn't rained for a really long time, and you can see how dry the soil is. Like, look at that. That is dry soil. So I'm going to have, luckily the hose link is still working, right? I'm so glad I put this hose link back here. So I'm going to have to go and hand water my, what are those called? Sweet peas. There we go. I'm going to have to hand water my sweet peas somehow. Gosh, I don't know how I'm going to get over to the other side of the pathway without dragging the hose on the concrete. I might have to just use a watering can. I don't know, but I gotta water these guys. I gotta water over there. I gotta water a bunch of things just because they haven't been getting water. My podocarpus haven't been getting water over there. Actually, I've come and hand watered them a couple times, but they're stressed out because they just got planted. Everything's just a little stressed, and I'm just really glad that I'm out here and I'm actually taking care of it today. And honestly, I'm sure most of you know that's just how it is when you have a big construction project going on at your house. You know, things get off schedule, things get forgotten and put on the back burner, things get, you know, completely messy, and it's okay, right? I keep telling myself, like, it's okay. It's okay if I don't get to all of my gardening tasks for January. I'll get to them in February. It's okay that this is a complete pigsty. I will get to it once I have a place to put all these things. So I'm just trying to stay calm this time because I've been through enough construction projects and renovation projects. I feel like I'm handling this one better than I ever have. So pat on the back for me. But I am constantly reminding myself to kind of just chill out, get into the garden and enjoy yourself. Okay, I know it looks intense what I did to this poor Abutilon, this flowering maple, but the cool thing is with these plants, they can handle it. They can handle this intense pruning, especially if you do it at the right time of year. So right now it's January. It's the perfect time to cut it back. And normally you would just want to cut these plants back, I don't know, by like a half or a third, except for if you're doing what I'm doing, which is rejuvenation pruning. And when you do rejuvenation pruning, you can go all the way down to like 12 inches or 18 inches if you want to, because you're basically resetting the plant and letting all this new growth happen. And these plants, they respond really, really well to this type of hard pruning at this time of year. You don't want to do this in the fall before it gets too cold because it won't be able to handle it. But like I said, I could have gone back further. I might even come in here and clean this up and go back a little bit further. But I'm really happy with it because this plant was getting so leggy and lanky and it was flopping over, and I want it to be a lot more compact and a lot bushier. And I think doing a hard prune like this time of year is exactly what it needed. I will fertilize it, but probably not until late February or March or something like that. And then I wanted to show you guys, and I know this is going to be very controversial. Well, I don't know what you guys are going to feel about this. I moved back all the leaves that I had over here. There were all these leaves around here, and a common concept that's been really popular for the last couple of years is called leave the leaves, where you leave all the leaf mulch on your garden beds and let the leaves break down naturally and add food to the soil. And I completely think that that's great. You guys know how much I love mulch. It's fantastic. However, something that you have to think about, if you live in a very dry climate like I do, where it's like rain sometimes can be hard to come by, leaves are not going to break down like they would in other places where it rains more. And so I'm kind of on the fence on whether or not leaving the leaves is a good thing in my garden. And I like to garden based on, I don't know, how do you say it? Like intuition. And if I'm looking at this bed and I'm going, man, this is way drier than it should be at this time of year, and all these leaves are soaking in the moisture and they're not letting it through, that tells me I need to remove the leaves. So I'd love to hear what you think in the comments on leave the leaves. You know, of course, if you live in an area that gets more rain, I think leave the leaves is a good thing. But those of you who live in dry climates like Arizona, like Colorado, like California, let me know what you think about leave the leaves, because I don't know. It's not as, it doesn't make total sense to me all the time. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it makes sense, but a lot of times it doesn't. Now this poor boy is so unhappy. Do you just want to go inside? I don't know what you want, buddy. No, I know what you want. You want to get off the leash, but I can't let that happen, bud. Sorry. He wore me down. His sad puppy dog eyes. I'm hoping that playing with the ball will keep him up here. Stay here. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There it is. Okay, ready? Poor dog, just wants to run. Okay, now time to bring out my inner Linda Knowles and get on to pruning my Gertrude Jekyll rose. Well, that is the most unpleasant rose to prune. Look at the thorns on this rose. Isn't that insane? So this is called Gertrude Jekyll. It is a beautiful, beautiful rose. And I love Gertrude Jekyll, the gardener. So I definitely wanted this rose in my garden, and I'm willing to put up with these thorns, but my goodness, it's scary. So I don't know. I think I did a good job. I think that there's room for improvement for sure. I'm left with 7 main canes, which I think is pretty good. I was going back and forth between cutting this one out because it looked a little old, or this one out because it looked a little old, but I decided to just leave it for one more year because this is a relatively new climbing rose. So I'll see how it does this year. And now I'm going to follow Linda's advice, and I'm going to use twine to tie it up and get those long main canes tied up along this frame on my office. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with how it went. Just got a couple pricks, not too bad. But all in all, that only took me about 20 minutes, so not too bad. Ow. 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 Oh. Woo. Ay. Okay, well, that took me a lot longer than it even took me to prune it. That is not a fun gardening task, let me tell you. Tying up Miss Gertrude Jekyll is not fun because she is so incredibly thorny. And I had my rose gloves on, and they're so big, I couldn't really tie knots in here in the twine, but I needed to wear them because she's so thorny. So just not a fun task. That's okay. It's worth it. I did decide to take off some of the leaders because I just had too many, and to tie them all onto that one post, I couldn't do it. It was just looking a little too crowded, and I don't want to leave any of the leaders coming out this way because I want to be able to walk right here, and she's so thorny. If she grows out this way, I'm not going to walk here. So I think it was important to kind of simplify, and that's what Linda Knowles told me. Name of the game, the word of the day for pruning climbing roses is simplify. So I think I probably can simplify a little bit more, but I think I'll just leave it there for now. Okay, so now I'll move on to a much easier task, which is pruning up my standard roses, iceberg standards right there. And I got to get a stake to stake this guy up. Okay, I have to remind myself, it gets messy before it gets better, right? This is going to be beautiful this spring, but right now it's an absolute disaster. So this is my green waste pile that I just kind of cleaned up from this area. I pruned my standard roses, and these are so easy to prune, you guys. Iceberg roses, they're just a piece of cake. The only thing that I worried about is when I cut it back, I wanted the bud to be pointing outwards so that the standard grows out this way as opposed to grows in on itself. So that's really easy. Over here on this side, I need to get another stake, a more significant stake, because those bamboo canes, they're just not going to cut it. I don't know why I can't get that guy to stand up straight. I need like a metal stake or something over there. But you can see the mess here. I haven't really touched that yet. I did touch it over here. I did work on this and kind of cleaned it up, cut things back. I have a bunch of annuals that I planted here last year that I'm trying to overwinter. Like, I don't care that much if they don't last. I'm just trying to see if I can overwinter how many of my annuals I can overwinter. Not really fair this year because this has been a very mild winter. But I just want to see what happens. So I have some Super Pruning Vista white out here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are looking pretty good. I do have Diamond Frost Euphorbia over here, but it's alive right now, but I don't know how long it's going to last because if you can see, there's some concrete debris that got over on the side, like some dust, or I don't know what you call it. I'm just worried that it's not going to like that environment with the concrete. So we'll see how they do. And then I have 3 Stratosphere White Gara here. I had 5. I lost 2 of them, but I'm planning to plant more of the Stratosphere Gara because I loved it so much. I do this climbing up this lattice right here. This is Pink Jasmine. Beautiful, love it, so happy with it, along with the standard, the Iceberg standard roses. I don't think I'm gonna work on that guy right there because it's getting kind of late. I started late today. I think I'll leave that for another day. What I really need to do today though is I need to water because it is looking really, really dry. So I definitely need to water. I need to take off that. I need to clean so much out. But right now, I think I'm just going to water and then just kind of clean up my mess. Haha, success! I want to apologize. I'm sure that was kind of stressful to watch me walk over the pathway like that. I wasn't too worried though, because the contractors did say that I could like walk gently on it, just not to drag my feet and everything. And I honestly didn't even touch it. I just walked along these boards right here, and I was watching the guys do that yesterday when it was just poured. So I think it's fine. I just didn't want to drag the hose along it because I felt like that could leave a drag mark. So it was nice that I had the retractable hose so that I could lift it up and over. So I got everything watered that I needed to get watered. I really want to hook my drip back up. It's so funny. I'm happy that it's not raining, but then that means I have to water and I can't have my drip irrigation hooked up just yet. So all in the name of construction, right? So I'm a little worried about the plants back here and how they're going to do over the next couple weeks, kind of getting tortured a little bit, but you know, it's okay. It's totally fine if they don't, like if the sweet peas don't make it through. I'll be okay with it. I'll be totally fine with it. So at least I got a chance to get out here. I really want to get in the front yard too. I think that'll be for tomorrow. But yeah, I'm happy I got out here and had a chance to be out in peace and quiet and really get some gardening done. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.